Hi, I put this set of exercises together for anybody who ever gets niggles in their neck and their shoulders, their hips, their lower back. Anybody who's going to the gym and doesn't get a chance to just go through some mobility drills. Anyone who's running, cycling, sitting, driving, all of those things. So try to do this once a week. It'll be about 20 minutes long and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so lying on your back, we'll start off by just warming up. So hands onto your tummy, shoulders nice and relaxed, and pelvic tilt. So roll back and roll forwards, roll back, lifting your tailbone off the mat, and roll forwards and roll back and roll forwards. Come into your halfway position. So your back is just hovering a tiny bit off the mat. We're going to start by activating your core. Take a breath in and breathe out, just pulling up through your pelvic floor and just gently engaging those muscles that are going across the hips. You're not holding your breath, you're not squeezing, you're not clenching. If you find this hard, go back to an instructional video that I might have on engaging your trams ab for the sake of just getting the exercises done. We're not going to spend too much time on technique. Release it all out. Okay, take a breath in, your tummy should rise. And breathe out, pulling up through your back passage like you're stopping yourself and breaking wind. And that should switch on your deep tummy muscles. Bring up one leg, bring up the heel on the other side. And we're just going to get those legs warmed up, getting the core switched on. So what you're looking for is that there's no movement forwards and backwards. You're not wobbling side to side. Just the toes touching off the mat. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Bring your arms out wide and just toe touching off the mat, making sure you're not bringing your knees up towards your chest, just trying to bring it back to tabletop position. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your heels together, knees together, roll your knees to the side, keep your shoulders flat on the mat. We're just stretching out between the ribs, all the way down to the pelvis and the knee. Take a big breath in, feel that extra stretch in your ribs, and breathe out, roll to the other side. And stretching out again along the ribs, along your hips. Take a big breath in and breathe out. Come back to the center, hands onto your tummy, roll back, roll forwards, come into halfway position. Okay, so just switching on your core, tuck in your chin, reach for one leg, point the toes up towards ceiling, point the other leg away, give it a little pulse and switch. Okay, so don't worry too much about stretching the hamstrings, just kind of warming them up, getting used to that movement. Let's go for 8, 7, so no wobble, no lifting of the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees up to your chest. Get a nice stretch to your lower back. Move your knees over towards your right shoulder and over towards your left shoulder. Slide away one leg, reach the other up towards the ceiling, point your toes and pulse and switch. Let's go for 8, 7, so just being mindful of any niggles or any areas of tightness and just give them extra attention, just being aware of them. 3, 2, and 1. Lift that leg up, lower the other one to the mat, relax your shoulders and give that hamstring a little bit of a stretch. So we're not stretching into pain, just coming to the end of range and just circle at the ankle. So big circles clockwise or anti-clockwise, and that's going to bring in a bit of movement through the calf muscles and change direction. Really good. Switch to the other side, pointing that leg right up towards the ceiling and circling at the ankle clockwise. Really feeling all those small muscles getting a stretch and circle in the other direction. Tuck in your chin again, point the toes and pulse. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down, both knees, feet together, knees together, arms out wide. Breathe in, and on the breath out, roll to the side. Stretch out the top leg. So just trying to draw the toes down towards the ground. Get that nice stretch to the pelvis, but keep that back shoulder flat on the mat. Then bend your top knee and roll to the other side. Stretch out your legs. So you should be feeling nice stretching going on. And it should get easier the more you do this. Bend your top knee, come back to the center, hands down by your side. We're going to take a breath in, and on the breath out, roll back. So your tailbone is lifting off the mat, lifting your spine vertebra by vertebra to your right up, balancing between your shoulder blades, and make sure you get that nice hip extension at the end. Breathe in, and on the breath out, slowly rolling down, so starting at chest level, roll down, 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 all the way to the mat. Breathe in again, breathe out, roll back, lift your tailbone and lean up. And most importantly, getting that nice hip extension. So if your hips extend, your glutes can work better. If your hips are tight, your glutes can't work as efficiently. So get that nice extension and then slowly roll down, breathe in again and breathe out, roll back, lift your tailbone, lifting your spine vertebra by vertebra. Hold there for a breath in. There's not many opportunities we get day to day to move the spine like that, so make the most of it. Dropping down at chest height, lowering down your shoulder blades, lowering down behind the ribs, slowly down until your tailbone makes that last contact with the mat. One more, breathe in and breathe out, roll back. This should be pain-free, should be nice and comfortable. Lift right up and you will feel that little activation to the glutes as you push out through your hips. Hold it there for breath in and on the breath out, slowly roll down, hug your knees up to your chest, stretching your lower back, breathe in and out. Move your knees over towards the right shoulder, breathe in and out, and move your knees over towards the other shoulder, breathe in and out. Stretch away one leg, point the other one towards the ceiling, point and pulse, and looking for a little bit of extra movement, so we're going to slow it right down. Try to keep the knees straight as you can. Go for 6, 5, getting that hamstring stretch, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the leg up, relax your upper body down. Try to straighten through the knee, just try to straighten through the foot, and then keeping an eye on where you are with that hamstring stretch. Try and take the hands away, leave the leg where it is, hands onto your tummy, engage your core, and we're going to do circles at the hip. Okay, so all well and good having a stretch to the hamstrings, but we want to make sure you have the strength to hold it. So working those quads, working those hip flexors, but at the same time keeping your core engaged, pelvis nice and level, so all the movement is happening at the hip joint. Make the circles a little bit bigger if you can. That's it, and a little bit bigger. And now we're just going to semicircle the leg as we lower it, come straight up through the centre. Now if you do have a click in your hip, just avoid it, so make the circles a little bit smaller. There's no harm necessarily in a click in your hip, but at the same time we don't want to be kind of working into it. Go for 3, making sure your pelvis stays nice and level. 2, and kicking right up as high as you were, and lower down. Tuck in your chin, reach for the other leg. Straighten the other leg as much as you can. Point that leg up towards the ceiling. And when you're ready, take your hands away from behind the knee, hands onto your tummy, point the toes, and bring in your circle. So again, working on the quads and the hip flexors and the length through the hamstrings. Toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. Core is engaged, so just lower tummy muscles drawn in, so there's no side-to-side movement. Make the circles a little bit bigger, and semicircle out wide as you lower. Come straight up through to the ceiling. Semicircle, lift, and semicircle down. Go for 3, 2, and 1. Bend both knees, arms out wide. Roll your knees to the side. Get a nice stretch. Breathe in and out. Come back through the centre and rotate to the other side. Breathe in and out. Good stuff. We're going to turn over onto our side and just reach your arms forwards. Okay, so your knees are bent in front, your ankles, your hips and your shoulders are in line. Take a breath in, and on the breath out, lift up. So you're going to open out your chest. So we're just warming up first of all. So just go as far as is comfortable without looking for a big stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to the center. Breathe in again and breathe out, reaching right back. Open out your chest. So if you feel you're kind of stuck halfway between the front of your body and the floor behind, just push back at the chest. Try to get that rotation through your thoracic spine. That's it. Hold there for breath in. And on the breath out, come back to the center. Breathe in again and breathe out. So particularly any golfers, tennis players, hurling, camogie, any of those sports, really good to have that nice rotation. Breathe in and breathe out. And those of you who don't use rotation in your sport, really good to get it elsewhere. So even just lying on the mat this once a week and trying to get that movement. So lift up and back. Okay, so we're going to add more to that stretch. Going to stretch out the top leg. Okay, so that's just bringing in more of a stretch around the glutes towards your knee. Bring the other arm in front, draw that knee up towards you. Breathe in and out. So these stretches can be challenging, but they don't need to be painful. So if you're feeling pain in your back or anything like that, just ease off a small bit. That's it. Okay, we're going to bend that top knee, bring your hand back onto the heel and turn that into a quad stretch. So keeping the knee parallel with the mat, bring your heel onto your bottom, push out through your hip and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both knees together, hands together, breathe in. And on the breath out, lift up, stretch all the way back, stretch out your top leg, hand behind the knee, glide it towards you. Walk those fingertips back if you can. Breathe in and out, breathe in again. And out, bend the top knee, bring your hand onto your heel, heel onto your bottom, knee right back. So make sure when you're stretching that your knee isn't going up towards the ceiling. Nice and straight from the hip down to the knee, and draw that knee back, push out through your hip, lift your chest, and really working through that quad stretch. Perfect. Good stuff. We're going to do one more variation. You're going to stretch the lower leg down onto the mat and bring the other leg in front. So you're just kind of blocking off the lower back and really working on the upper body stretch. Breathe in. And on the breath out, lift up and stretch back. So you might find you're not getting the same reach because we're not getting the rotation lower down the spine. But at the same time, we're really targeting shoulders, chest, and upper spine. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to the center. Perfect. Okay, we're going to switch over to the other side and just repeat it on that side. So knees are bent, ankles, hips, shoulders in line, hands reaching forwards. Breathe in and on the breath out, lift up and reach back. So opening out your chest, bring your fingertips right back. Hold there for breath in. So we're just warming up this stretch, so don't push it too far. Breathe in and out. Come back to the center. Breathe in again and breathe out. Lift up, stretch all the way back. Open out your chest. That's it. Breathing in, feel that extra stretch through your ribs. And breathe out. Breathe in again and breathe out. Come back to the center. Okay, let's go again. Breathe in, breathe out, opening out. So feeling that rotation all the way across your chest. So it shouldn't be just the shoulders. If you're feeling your shoulders are tight, you might be just a bit stiff in your upper back. So we're opening out, rotating from the spine out. Then we're going to stretch out the top leg, bring the front hand behind the knee, bring in that extra stretch behind the leg. Walk your fingertips behind, trying to get them down onto the ground. That's what you're aiming for. And breathe in, get that extra stretch to the ribs. Breathe out, breathe in again. And breathe out, bend the top knee, bring your heel onto your bottom, push out through your hip, knee back and just lowering it so it's parallel with the mat. Breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. Both knees together, hands together in front. Breathe in and breathe out. Stretch all the way back. Open at your chest. Stretch out the top leg, hand behind your knee. Just leave that leg in front. Breathe in and out. Breathe in again. And out and again. Bend the top knee, bring your heel onto your bottom, push out through your hip. And give it a nice stretch. Lower the knee. Perfect. And one more, this time straightening out the lower leg, so blocking off that lower part of the back. Bring your foot and your knee in front, hands together in front. Breathe in and breathe out, lift up and stretch right back. So again, working on that upper back stretch, opening out through your chest. So feel the movement happening from the sternum, from the center of your chest, and opening out through your ribs, through your shoulders, elbows, wrist. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to the center. Perfect. Okay, we're going to turn over onto our back. Rest your head onto your hands and just have your chin gently drawn in. So for this exercise, your neck is nice and long. Visualize a ruler sitting across your neck, and you're not going to bend that ruler upwards, and you're not going to be letting it slope downwards, okay? So starting with shoulder movement. So glide your shoulders up towards your ears and then lower your shoulders nice and low. So most people that I see with neck pain, it happens a lot because these top neck muscles get tight, your upper trapezius, and the lower muscles don't engage. So you get this imbalance that creates a tightness and loss of movement through the neck and creates pain. So glide your shoulders downwards, really working on that downward movement. Again, if you do this sort of as your antidote to other exercises or other postures, at least once a week, it can help to prevent pain from overuse of one bunch. Shrug your shoulders up and then glide down nice and low. One more, glide your shoulders up to your ears. Glide down nice and low and keep those shoulder blades switched on. So you're just visualizing you've got a tennis ball between your shoulder blades, not letting it go by letting the shoulders widen. Keep them switched on. So giving these guys a chance to switch on more than the muscles up here. Take a breath in, and on the breath out, keeping your chin drawn inwards, eyes facing down, float your head just an inch or two off your hands. Hold there for breath in, And on the breath out, drop down. So if you do have a tendency towards neck pain, you might even get a stretch through this exercise. And if you do, keep doing it. It's like a treatment all by itself, just lengthening through the muscles, through the ligaments, giving the joint a nice little bit of space, allow them to move a bit better and lower down. All the while making sure your chin doesn't tend to lift upwards. That's the biggest thing that I would see. Keeping your chin tucked in, eyes facing down and lower down. So keep working away on that with the shoulders nice and low. If you find that that's easy, pain-free, simple glide, we're going to add a bit of strengthening and a bit of extension through the upper body. Breathe in. On the breath out, chin tucked in, eyes facing down, elbows, wrists lifting. Hold 2, 3 and lower down. Breathe in again and breathe out. Shoulder blades drawn in. So you're not lifting through the shoulders, you're lifting through the shoulder blades. Okay, breathe in, and on the breath out, all the work is happening in here. Extending through your upper thoracic spine. And by doing that, you're offloading your neck. So again, getting more strength through the upper back to help offload the neck. So when you rotate, your upper body does a lot of the work, not just the upper neck muscles. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift up, hold 2, 3 and lower down. Breathe in and breathe out, lift up. So when I say breathe out, just engage your core a small bit as well. Switch on through your pelvic floor, through your lower tummy muscles and lower down. Breathe in and breathe out. Really good exercises for your posture. Really good exercise for looking to the future. Making sure you don't have rounded shoulders or rounded neck. And lower down. One more. Breathe in. And on the breath out, lift up. Hold 2, 3. And just bring your hands under your shoulders. Push up. Sink back through your heels. Reach nice and long through your spine. So lengthening all the way down to your tailbone. Up to your lower back. Long through your ribs. Your spine to your neck. Reach to your fingertips, to your shoulders, elbows and wrists. Breathe in and out. Breathe in again. As you breathe in, feel that extra lengthening. And breathe out. Walk your hands over to the right side, left hand overlapping right. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in again and breathe out. Walk your hands over to the left side, right hand overlapping left. Breathe in and out. Breathe in again and out. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to lie flat again on our tummy. We're just going to add one progression to that exercise and move on. So breathe in. So first of all, a little pelvic tilt. Round your back and arch your back. Come into halfway position. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift up. If you had enough on your plate, getting a challenge to your upper back with just the lifting and lowering, keep going. If you want to add a bit more, let's bring in some shoulder mobility to the shoulder blades as well. Breathe in and on the breath out, reach nice and long. You're going to breaststroke back, circle the arms inwards and reach forward. So we're starting off with just that arm movement. So you're engaging your upper spine and just moving your shoulder blades through their range. And if you can add a little bit more as you breaststroke back, you're going to extend through your spine. But make sure as you extend, your chin doesn't lift. You're not looking forward. Eyes facing down, neck nice and long. All about offloading the neck muscles, keeping those lower shoulder muscles engaged. Reach as you lower, breaststroke back as you lift. Breaststroke back, lift, reach forward and lower. Again, making sure your neck stays nice and long. Go for 3. It's a challenging exercise. 2 and 1. Turn your palms up towards ceiling. Pulsing up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your legs off the mat. Point your toes and kick. For 8, 7, 6. Feel those glutes working. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Push up and sink back through your heels. Reach nice and long through your spine. Breathe in and out. Breathe in again. And out. Walk your hands over to the right side, left hand overlapping right. Breathe in and out. Walk your hands over to the left side, right hand overlapping left. Breathe in and breathe out. Come on to all fours, pelvic tilt. So round your back up and arch down. Round all the way up and arch down. Just come into your halfway position. Reach your right hand in behind your left elbow. Push through as far as you can go. Then slide out the opposite leg, lift up and out. That's it. Go again, right hand in behind left, push through. Slide out the opposite leg, lift up and out. That's it. Switch to the other side, left hand in behind right, push through. Slide out the leg, lift up and out. And go again, reach in behind your elbow and slide out the opposite leg, lift up and out. Perfect. Take a giant step back with both knees. Bring your right foot in front of your left knee. Slide back the leg. Sink out onto your hip and reach forwards again. So just trying to get that stretch through the outside of the hip and straighten out the back leg. Wind it up, bringing in that back knee in behind the front hip. Take a big breath in and out. And one more. Lovely. And come up, giant step back again, left foot in front of right knee, slide back, sink out onto your hip, stretch forwards, sinking out on that hip. You mostly will feel a stretch in the glutes. You might find it in your groin if you're any bit tight through there. Breathe in and out, and breathe in again and out. Good stuff. Okay, we're just going to stretch the legs in front, bring your hands behind, breathe in, and on the breath out, lift up, just pushing out through your hips, and hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly down. Bring your arms out wide, lift through your chest. So just trying to make sure you're lifted at that sternum, the center of the chest, that you've got that little arch in your lower back. If you need to achieve that by bending the knees, do it. So look at the mobility in the spine rather than hamstrings in this instance. So take a big breath in. On the breath out, rotate to the side. So making sure your back doesn't round, breathe in. And on the breath out, rotate to the other side. Keeping your chest lifted, breathe in. And on the breath out, rotate again. And on the other breath, rotate again. Reach down towards your toes. Breathe in and out. Breathe in again and out, and come back to the center. So I hope you found that was good. Good to move all the joints, a little bit of a challenge as well. Try to do it once a week and see how you get on with your injury prevention and with your training. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.